Welcome to my channel. I often get asked what watercolors do I use, and so I decided to make this video where I will show you my whole watercolor collection. All of the things that you will see I either bought with my own money or received as a gift from my family. But if you like any of the handmade items, I will put some links in the description. Again, this is not sponsored, I am just shouting out small businesses that I like. So let's start! Watercolors are available in three forms: dry in pens, in tubes or liquid, but I only have the first two. I will start with what I normally use in my tutorial videos and what I get asked about often. These are Winsor & Newton Cotman in tubes. Winsor & Newton has two different watercolor lines. Cotman is a student quality and the professional line is professional quality, obviously. The difference is in price and quality. When I experiment, I like to use Cotman because they are not very expensive and I don't feel so bad if it doesn't work out. These are so far the only watercolors in tubes that I have tried, but I would like to try more in the future for sure. They are available as pens or tubes, so you can choose which one you prefer. Next, I would like to show you a watercolor set that I started with. I haven't used this one for a while. Actually, I have started with a set of watercolors that my older brother used at school, so this was technically my second set. I got it from my aunt, who is also an artist, and originally they were full of tone watercolors. Nowadays, this palette is very mixed because when I started I was very low on money, so I would buy one pen from a certain brand one day and another day I would buy a different brand just to try them out. So here are the tone watercolors. This is a Czech brand and it is different from the others because they are square pens, which is unusual. Tone says these watercolors are artistic quality. I think they are okay, but they are not my favorite. Then I have two White Knights here. Those are Russian watercolors and they are quite cheap. I would say these are student quality. I have given a whole set of them to my friend as a gift and she loves them. The colors are very bright. Here you can see what she painted with them. And then there is Van Gogh from the Dutch company Royal Talents. These are student quality also. I was very happy with them because they tend to have a creamier consistency than the Cotmans, for example. However, they do run out quite quickly, which means they are not very pigmented. However, that is to be expected as they are also pretty cheap. Then I have this watercolor travel set from Sakura Koi. I like how portable it is. I can literally put it in a bigger pocket or in my tiny backpack and go outside to paint. This is also the set that I use to paint all of my travel diaries. I like that there is this sponge and a water brush. You can put water in this part and close it and then assemble the brush once you are at the painting spot. This means that you don't have to worry about bringing cups and water with you. You can use this sponge to clean your brush at the end of the painting and then you can clean the brush properly when you are at home. This travel set was quite cheap and the colors are not an amazing quality, but I think they are sufficient for a travel diary. And if you want more colors, you can buy a bigger version of this set. And here is my other travel palette, and this is the smallest one that I own. I haven't tried it yet, maybe I will do it in a future video. I like how super portable it is. You can just open it like this and it has magnets that clip together and you can start painting. I also have got this super cute tiny watercolor sketchbook with it. I bought this set from Nano Arts. I have been following her on TikTok and I love her tiny watercolor sketches. Then I have this Kuretake Gansai Tambi palette. These are Japanese watercolors. They have different composition than Western watercolors and they also behave differently. Some people say that they are somewhere between watercolor and gouache. And if you think these pans are large, it is because they are meant to be used with Japanese brushes, which are bigger than your typical brush. These watercolors also seem to have a subtle luster on the paper. Overall, it is an interesting palette and I would like to make a video about it in the future. And I just love the box. And here is my absolute favorite. This is the palette that I use for commissions. I have bought it with my hard-earned money after having read many reviews. This is a watercolor palette from the German brand Schminke. They have student line Academy and this professional line Horadam. These are really high quality watercolors, which also of course reflects on the price. They are very pigmented and have bright colors. They use honey as a binder, so they have this creamy consistency. I have been using them for years and the pens are still pretty full. You can really tell the difference between these and the student quality ones because the pigment in these is so concentrated and a little goes a long way. And if you work with watercolors in pens, you know that it is good to activate the color before painting by dropping some water on them and waiting for a bit. With these, I don't even do it sometimes because they activate so fast. And as you can see, the color is really concentrated. Now is the time to show you my special watercolors. Here I have 3 handmade neon watercolor from the Czech brand Krasopiska. I have to say these are very bright, but they look better on white paper than on black paper. Here you can see the comparison between these and similar colors from my regular palette. Especially the yellow one is very bright, it even looks like a highlighter. Then I have some handmade shimmery watercolors. I buy them from Clerchi Studio. She makes them from ethical or synthetic mica. Mica is the shimmery mineral that is often being used in cosmetics and also in these watercolors. However, about 1/4 of it comes from illegal mines in India which employ children, which is why Clerchi Studio makes sure that her mica is from ethical sources, so that she wouldn't support these illegal mines. I would say that I have a pretty good collection of her watercolors and I love their quality. They are behaving a bit different than regular watercolors due to mica. Before you paint with them, you have to activate them with water and wait for a bit longer than you would with regular watercolors, but after that they are so shiny and so pretty. Here you can see how they look on the paper. They work both on black paper and white paper, and some of them even look different on each one. I especially like these ones that change color depending on how you look at them. I also have a few dot cards from Renaissance Colors. These watercolors are handmade in England. I have the Baby Yoda Trio, Afternoon Tea collection named after famous tea spots in London, and West End 2 collection named after theaters in West End. Even though it seems like there is not much color, they actually last a long time because they are so pigmented. They are activated in the same way as the previous watercolors. All the colors in the West End 2 collection are color shifts, which means they change color depending on the angle. And the last one is this trio of pens from Tiny Clouds. These watercolors are handmade in Belgium using ethically sourced mica. I have this midnight color with silver glitter, a beautiful magenta, and a sandy color with golden dust. So this was my complete watercolor collection, but as I know myself, I will probably buy some more in the future. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content about painting.